sharing, and we are live on Facebook. And I
Oh,
already told you that,
awesome.
yes, just I'm waiting for my Facebook to load. It always takes 1 second to load, and then suddenly it starts echoing. So I'm going to just wait for that
We are
to keep
here.
quiet. And yes, see, see.
This is awesome. We can.
Now we are live really because I'm waiting for this echo. It's 25 interviews done and still I've not been able to figure out that why this goes off and I have to always switch it off. So welcome everybody. Our first year of celebration. I decided to take these 3 days off just to celebrate because 25 moms found for the book and interviewed, and they've come up in the energy, and it's only getting better and better and better. I'm waking up totally speechless is the word. Like, I just have no words because I wake up and in the night I'm not even seeing my messages because I know if I see it I'll be totally awake and I hardly get sleep because of my younger one. So absolutely blessed to know that this movement is bringing so much love that I don't even know. I mean, it's just bringing a lot of love. I don't want to speak more about it because we have two very beautiful people here, Renu Tondak and Yamile McBride. Yamile, I did your name pronunciation correct, right?
Jamile. Yes, you
Jamile,
did.
almost there. Yes, I'm almost there. Yamile, Jamile. Okay, fine. So we have these two beautiful moms. Why I wanted to bring them on here because um, I Renu was on fourth champion. Jamile was fifth, and both of them together, and then suddenly a roller coaster thing started. Zip, 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 everything. This, and we reached 25. So I was going very slow, first, second, third, and Renu hit. And Renu said, "Go to Jamile's session," and I said, "Okay," and then it just didn't stop after that. So the roller thing started rolling very fast in my mind the minute I started hitting. Not that my first three moms, they were absolutely beautiful. I totally love them and they are absolutely gorgeous. But it's them from Renu it started, the role, and then I don't even know how 25 interviews happened. And I'm just taking a break. I've had a haircut. I've just got this worthy wand from Kara. She's one of my coach, and she sent me a worthy wand which reached me just today in my mail in a pink envelope saying,
Mm,
"You're enough." It says enough, and it says worthy. And I don't
yeah.
know, like on the day of the celebration, it reaches me. It's very special to me, so I'm going to wear it throughout my interviews now. Welcome, Renu, and welcome, Yamile. Renu, let's start. You were my fourth mom. Let's hear from you. Seeing this whole movement unfold, you're all about mom and mom entrepreneurs. You're always surrounded by moms. You're an awesome mom yourself. You're an inspiration. Let's hear from you. How are you seeing this thing unfold, and what do you think about it? What's happening?
Wow, it's like a freight train that's not going to stop. It feels
Mm,
like that has got one cabin and the other cabin and the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and it's like going to be you're talking about 100 dreams, 100 self-portraits.
Yep.
It's going to be beyond 100, I'm telling you. It's not going to
right.
be just stopping at 100 dreams, 100 moms. It's going to be beyond that. It's like, millions and billions dreams attached already.
Mm,
Because when we talk about a mother, because obviously I'm so passionate about moms, mom is not just one person. Mom is someone who takes care of uh, the child, the husband, their mom, their dads, their children, relatives, communities, nations. So when we talk about mom, we're talking about generations, past, present, and future. So what you just started is a revolution. It's a movement. It's gonna bring the whole world together
I,
in this
I,
thing called
that's my
100
vision.
Dreams and 100 Self Portraits. So, first of all, congratulations for the first 25 moms. There is
Yes.
another three lots of 25 to come. Woohoo! You
Yeah.
all are very, very special. We all are very special because, hey, we are moms. And we are not just moms, we are way more than our mother, being a mother. What Shika has started is just a little fire.
Yes.
And this fire is not just for the book, this fire is for who we are, what we are, how we show up in the world, and how we can inspire people just by sharing our story
Yeah.
in words, in speech, and through that lens, through that camera. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to be shooting my own self portrait
Oh,
because
yes.
I've never done that. It would be great. Selfies is different. Self portrait.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
I'm there
so
for that.
stressful.
I'll,
To
I'll
be able
support
to
you with
do
that.
that, share that, and show the beauty that we have inside of us,
Absolutely.
um, and seeing it ourselves. Like, this is not just a movement of camera. This is not just a movement of words. This is very, very special, Shikha, and you must be really, really proud of what you just came up as a thought is now a revolution around the world.
Yes.
Yes, Renu, and everybody here, I never thought that I was being guided this way. It's only today that I've realized it. For me to start choosing being India's first baby and child photographers was the very first step of me walking towards mothers. Somehow, my work always uplifting mothers and mothers again and again and again for 20 years, telling me that what you see in me, we don't see. Going through a very big poetry movement for 12 years of my life where I've headed big crowds. And that's coming in, in like I'm using that event thing. I was voluntary. I've met 400 poets there. I've photographed them. And whatever I learned there is coming together here. The health space that I went to for 4 years, and I headed a health movement for 4 years before this, is helping me in my mind, because today when I'm going down, so much energy, so much things happening, I'm uplifting myself every day with healthy choices, because I know only that can uplift me to keep showing up in my spirit and my mind. And most of all, I realize it's a great realization that this is happening for my mom who's been missing. And the way she went down and never came back up, for whatever reason she was taken away from me, this is for her. I've just realized it, that she's the inspiration. So from the day one of my life, I think I was being prepared for something like this, and this kind of a blessing that's happening, that like it's just not a fluke. It was all set. A stage was being set, and I had to just touch my 40, raise my children, and then come here, and then actually realized that it was put when my mother was taken away and said, you know, she was taken away and said, she was like made to believe that because she's schizophrenic, she's not worth it to be around her children. I don't want any mom to ever feel that she is not worth it. Like, I never want them to feel that she's not worth it, and she can come back to get her place back. And each and every page of this book is going to say that your place is back. This is your place right now. You're a shining star for so many people. So I
Yeah.
feel it's been prepared, and this is a realization that's only happened very recently. And who knows that I end up actually meeting my mother after a lot of, like, by this is what my mind keeps saying, that maybe after 36 years I'll probably
Who
meet her.
knows? Who
And
knows,
who knows,
Shikha, that
I don't know. But this is going to be for many mothers through her as well. I think it's her story that is inspiring me to say, 36 years, my brother is 45 years, you went down and you never came back. Why? Because somebody had to say that you can. It's okay. It was just one way down. There was a way up. Why are you not back? And there's so many mothers who've gone down and they're not back. Why? So
Yes.
that's the thing. But anyway, that's gone off tangent, because I just realized that this is a realization, I must say, why this project is getting more and more aligned with me, because I feel that I was placed all this while for that. And Jamile, I totally love
can I
her
just
energy.
quickly add something
Yes,
to that, Shikha?
yes, Renu.
Yes.
Please go ahead. Please go
Just
ahead.
little quick, very quick. And this is something that's like a message for not just the three of us here who are on this Zoom and on this Facebook Live. This is for everyone. And this message isn't just for mothers. This is also for their children, and their parents, the mom's parents as well. Everything is happening for a reason, and we are guided all the freaking time. All the freaking time. And when you say that, Shika, that you don't want any mom to go through what you experienced and you saw for your mom, first of all, that really touches me.
Yeah.
Because yes, we don't want any mother to go through. And this is why this is a message for everyone listening right now. If you know of a mother who needs to be spoken about, shared about, and cheered about, please tag them here on the messages, on the
Yeah.
comments, and we will be in touch with them. It's not just about these 100 moms. The story is going to continue to grow even beyond these 100. So please tag any mother you know. It doesn't just have to be a mother who has her own business. It could be just the mother, one of your neighbor's mom who needs to be talked about, cheered about, rewarded about, and spoken about. Tag them here so that we can share the light that they have with the world, not just in the book, but also beyond the book. Sorry,
Yeah.
just had to take that and
No,
share
don't say
that.
sorry. You are here to
Love
celebrate
it.
with me. There's no sorry. Also, that listen, you brought this up. I've been saying last 2 3 interviews that on the day when I finish the 100th interview, there will be a Zoom session with all 100 moms taking a pledge that if a mom reaches out to me, I will not say no. I will at least hear her out because we're going to drop that judgment against her that it's not worth it, it's okay, it's time. Just hear her out. And that's the pledge I think these 100 moms are going to take from this book. Yes, it's going to benefit every mother who's there in many, many ways because I'm also taking mothers who are already making impact in the world. So the impact is going to multiply. There's going to be a ripple effect. There's going to be more things happening, but there's going to be a pledge. Imagine on a Zoom call, 100 moms together take a pledge that at least a mom like mine, if she goes down, they'll just say, hold on to this book. These mom could do it. You can also. Here's a book, a
Yeah.
gift for you. That's it. Just take this book. Hold it when you just think you can't come back and just go through these pages. And that's why for me, these stories unfolding, these pages unfolding, these step by step things unfolding is going to just create so much relief for mothers that they will see that this is real, it happens, like these are real mothers and they've done it in spite of all the stuff that's happened to them. So Yamile, we
Shika,
go on to you.
can
Yes,
I
let's go on to you.
remind the world right now, we are on 3 continents
Yes,
right
yes,
now. I
yes.
am early in the morning in North Carolina, the United States. We have Shika in India. It's like, I feel like even though I'm Latina, I feel like there must be some Indian lineage in me because I love India. And then we have the badass Renu in Australia.
Yeah, 3 different
The,
continents.
the reason why I want to share that, and I know you have other people from the United Kingdom, and I'm not very good at geography, but I know that this is what Renu was saying, is that it's going to impact the world of mothers. The pioneers for us were the single women, were the women that for like centuries, centuries, they fought for a space for the feminine energy to come back. And I'm sorry. And now, because of a movement such as this, because of the movement of what Renew is doing with the sleep out, we get the opportunity to honor our ancestors, and not just ancestors of our bloodline, but the ancestors, the women that were killed because they were witches, the women that fought for the right to vote, the women that wanted something better and bigger and were honorable, but nobody could see her. It is time for the feminine to wake up and know their reason for existence. It isn't just to pop out babies. It is to be able to live fluidly as a mother, as a woman, as a sister, as all parts of us. You know, when I am with my husband in a special place in my bedroom, nobody knows about it, but that is still me. I am all those women. And the fact, Shika, that you get to honor every part of our womanhood, motherhood, every sensuality of us is the insatiation that children, boys and girls, are looking for, because they've seen us only in the kitchen, barefoot, making food, for us, tortillas, whatever it is. And now they get to see, that's my mom on that stage. That's my mom on that book. And the mom who lost the mom who didn't have the mom, is going to be able to say, those are my mom. So Shika, this is bigger and more amazing. And I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of being part of this, because this is where history takes place. It's walking in it.
Yeah, I feel
Yes.
that.
Oh my God,
I
that is
totally,
so true.
I still feel that, Yamile, and each one of you is uplifting so much. You know, everybody who's coming up is bringing, like, just yesterday, the last 26 mother. You can take care of, like, this is what I love about her. She just comes up and shows up irrespective of him being so young. But you know, yesterday, a very simple thing was said in one of the interviews, was that I wanted to make my place somewhere there in the family once I became a mom, at least somewhere there, because I love her and the way she shows up. And she said that I couldn't find her myself anywhere there in this whole thing, that okay, the husband has to go for work, the children have to go to school, they have to be fed, and then I, in this whole list, I was missing, and so many moms are just missing in that whole list that is there. And she's like, I decided I should be somewhere there in the list, at least to begin with. So what if I become a mom? And that's somewhere, I was just like, yeah, even if that can happen, if mothers can realize that we are part of that list, like we are supposed to be on this list, tick mark, you know. Yes,
Mm.
husband gone for work, children gone to school, everything done. And Shikha or Renu or Yamile, they've done their assignment, or they've gone and spoken to mothers. She's done the interview, tick, the day is good. But it always goes, gone to work, gone to school, gone to the home, like home cleaning happened, kitchen happened, and somewhere there, where is she? You know? And then that's where is she, what these mothers are bringing, and each one of them is bringing, and they have made their place not only somewhere there, some of them are huge achievers, some of them are uplifting, like Renu and you, Yamile. So for me, my achievement is becoming, like, I can't even tell you, that it just makes me smile, that even on a list of things that I'm gorgeous, I'm going to take my picture and I'm going to go and put it on the board. That itself, for me, is a great achievement. That I will take my picture, because I was asking a mom, she was like, no, you know, we don't need to all the time. So I said, okay, here is a simple question to you. What if you didn't, because she thought she was not photogenic. So I said, what if you thought you were photogenic? What if you thought everything is beautiful about you? And I just took a picture of you. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to really throw it in the dustbin? She's like, no. What are you going to do? I'm going to go put it on the wall. Please go and put yourself, because you uplift yourself when you find yourself so gorgeous. You go and put your stuff right up there yourself. You don't even need anybody to do it, because you yourself feel that I'm worthy. That thing I'm
Yes.
wearing, I'm worthy. I'm going to go and put myself on the wall there, or I'm going to go put myself in the profile picture there. I'm going to go put myself in my children's album, because I'm worthy, I'm gorgeous, I'm beautiful. So that's the very small mission, but it'll make bigger impact, because every time you take a picture, you'll put yourself up there and not put yourself down by criticizing, by having a self-image doubt, by saying that,
Yes.
oh my God, it's not gorgeous, just delete it, just put it off, look at my dark circles, what am I doing? And that's just the way I'm entering this world, but this world is so much more than that. So
You know
I want
what,
to talk.
Shikha? To
Yes.
you, it may, like, to us, it may look like, sorry, something just, yeah. Uh, it may just be a picture. But what you are creating through that picture, you are giving that mother the permission to see herself the way she wants to be seen.
Right.
You're giving her a chance that nobody else ever gave her, that, hey, you are beautiful. Yes, perhaps our husbands, our partners, our kids, they do say that, those amazing, beautiful words. Mother's Day is all about honoring moms. This is beyond that. This is telling her and her inner self that you are beautiful. She
Yes.
can say that to herself.
Yeah.
And that, to me, is the ultimate gift we can ever give to a mother by giving her permission to be who she wants to be, the one she desires to be, which is what Jamila does and
Oh
beautifully
yes,
allows
Jamila.
moms and women around the world to
Absolutely.
be the wild one,
Oh,
to be
absolutely.
the mother wild one, to be that child, to be that sensual and sexual woman, because we want to be that. It is
Yeah.
part of it, and it is part of our existence. So this isn't just a picture, guys. This isn't just a photo that has been printed on a piece of paper in a book that is hardbound and is going to go on a shelf. This is beyond that. This is more than a book. This is more than just a photo.
This is that
This is a
nugget of
Mona
herself.
Lisa.
Yeah, this is a Mona
Yes.
Lisa. You know how many people have told that in interviews, Jamila, about you saying that if Mona Lisa comes back and tells me, "What have you portrayed me like? I was never like this. I don't know what you've done," and that's why the self-portrait is important because I will tell you who I look like. I have repeated that so many times because that makes so much sense. And
Yeah.
for me, okay, my Bluetooth came off, but for me, I think this whole thing that I don't need anyone to uplift me and put myself right there in my picture. I will do it myself. I don't need
Yes.
it. That's the thing. I will go and frame my own picture and put it and say, "What a gorgeous woman this is! Look at her on the thing." And imagine
Yeah.
the portrait not taken by me or anybody, which I've been taking a lot of pride in, by your own self, by your own
Look
Mm.
what
self. You
Debbie
are
says. Debbie says in here that this is a quote. This isn't just a picture.
cool.
Debbie is a badass for
Yes,
saying
oh
that.
she is.
It
She's
isn't, it
otherwise the
isn't
same.
just a picture. It
Yeah,
is a portrait is a story. It's a journey. It's a manifestation of who
yes.
we want to be seen as, right? Like yesterday I took a picture, right? A selfie with me and Casey. And one of the people was like, "Whoa, look at your freckles." And I'm like, yes, aren't they amazing? It's like a roadmap of my
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
My
yeah.
freckles are the very essence. And I thank you, Zoom, and thank you, Facebook, because I look really good. This must
You
be a
do.
nice filter, right?
Yeah,
But I have a ton of freckles, and those freckles I am so now proud of. I'm like, these freckles are the journey that I took to get here. I get to be 45 and have a baby. Like, who
he's
gets
so
to
cute.
choose that life to
Yeah.
restart all over again? And you're right. Nea said, is it Nea or Nia?
Neha. She was also one of the
Neha.
moms. Neha, yeah.
Absolutely agree. She says, give yourself permission of who you want to be.
Yeah.
And you know who gives us permission? Shika, Renu, Neha, Debbie. We give ourselves permission to be who we came here to be. It
Right.
is society and culture and religion that tells us, you might want to filter, and you might want to filter good, and you might want to show up like not looking like us. Like yesterday, I went to a job and I went with my Converse sneakers. Why? Because the more kids you have, the bigger my feet get. The more kids at least I have. And I just say that, look, as he's pulling my hair, forgive me, everybody, but I'm just so excited. I'm
Right.
excited because we are the ones giving each other permission. If we wait for society, for religion, for a law to say, "Oh, it's Mother's Day, you can now be a mother." Biatch, I've been a mother. Like I am the mother. I am the one that desires to be found. I am the one that desires to be crowned. I am all of that. And so, Shika, this movement, I'm getting excited. There's too much energy here. Help me out, people.
Absolutely true, Yamile and Jamile. I'm going to be getting better with your pronunciation as well. Debbie's here as well. Debbie's been supporting. She's one of my pillars supporting. Their other four are all gearing up to support us. And Debbie's been, I have to acknowledge her from the first day because I wake up and then I see Debbie posted about you here. Debbie posted about you here. And it's just Debbie, 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 Debbie. It's just literally Debbie, 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 Debbie. And I'm like, how many places? And then I'm like, I have no words, Debbie. Then I message her, Debbie, I have no words with what you're doing because it's just Debbie, 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 Debbie. So that's become like, I was telling Rohit in the morning, my husband, I said, Debbie, 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 look at her, how much she is supporting this by, and I keep telling her that probably my mother has sent you in some energy has got inside of you to say that she needs that kind of support. Go ahead and do it. And Debbie is, turning up like that for me and many mothers, but Debbie is just extraordinary with her energy right now, and I just love it. So
Can I
thank
tell you
Debbie.
something about the word Debbie?
Yes, please.
So-
Debbie would like to know.
Debbie is my mother-in-law. Debbie is my mother-in-law's name, who actually does not want to be around us because I married a white man. Debbie is the one that allows me to still love my husband unconditionally, even if his grandmother doesn't want to see him. Debbie in America is known as Debbie Downer, but because of Debbie's spirit and Debbie has upped that name. We can reverse all these lies, all these external forces of hatred by people like Debbie. So thank you, Debbie. Debbie is the upper. Debbie is the love. And Debbie is that mother and stepmother and every type of mother that we look
She's a
for.
grandmother. She's a grandmother.
Oh, grandmother. Look,
Grandmother, wow.
another grandbaby, Debbie.
Yes. Oh, she's a grandmother. I just connected the whole thing. See, she's a grandmother and she has almost 2-year-old granddaughter. And a lot of times, I like 1 or 2 times, she was hanging on Debbie's thing during my call, and Debbie is in a place. So she's a grandmother, and look at this. What's coming? Like what's happening? Did you just see what just happened, Debbie? Here, Debbie, look at this. This is your grandchild right here for Yamile, and the name is the same name. And Debbie has been just saying right now again in the chat, Debbie, 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 before Neha's interrupted it and said, Neha, let me just come in because otherwise it'll become Debbie, Debbie again. So, Debbie, we love you. And definitely I'm a mother figure to the world, and she is amazing. And Melanie joins us as well, who loves Debbie as well. So Debbie, I think it's all celebrating Debbie today as well. So
Debbie Upper.
Debbie Upper. I love that. Love
Debbie
that.
Upper, yes. So we're gonna move on because I also told you my technical stuff and I'm forgetting things. So my Bluetooth is not on for very long before I start saying, the battery is going off. It has not started saying. We have time, that means. But I want two most important things that I wanted to celebrate here. One, Renu's event about sleeping out for mothers. Renu, I was part of it. And I just couldn't sleep the whole night. And I went and told my son about it. And my younger one was sleeping with me. And I was just sitting and I was thinking, how do they do it? How did they do this? But I was determined to sleep out of my bed because I promised. But I couldn't sleep the whole night. And I really wanted to talk about it because I think it deserves so much more spotlight than I think in the first time it got. And I'm going to make sure that spotlight comes out because that's a real work needed to be done now. Because all of us who did that, who joined you, felt it, and unbelievable. And it's Yamile's story as well in her past. How do they do this? And I want you to talk to the world about what the project is, what happened that night, and when are we doing it again? Because I'm ready
You
to
know
do it
what?
again.
That night wasn't the first time that happened. I slept in my car a month before that night. And I was going for a training. I was part of a 3-day training, and I'd booked my accommodation and everything like that because it was away from home. And then just one day before the training, I'm in my shower. Lots of my great ideas come in the shower, guys, like all amazing, great leaders. Everything happens in the shower. And something in me just said that, Renu, you have to cancel your accommodation. And I'm like, why? Like, I'm just literally having this conversation. Imagine the water dripping on me, and I'm here in this shower, and I'm talking to this voice in the shower saying, why do I have to cancel my accommodation? And the voice says, because you have to sleep in your car. And I'm like, why would I do that? It's freaking cold. It's winter here. It was peak winter in Sydney at that time. I said, why? And I love my hot shower. I'm having one right now for 3 days, sleeping in my car. And then it says, yes, you got to do this because it's part of your mission. At that time, I had no intention of doing something like that, which is part of my mission. My mission is to empower mompreneurs all around the world and do something amazing for moms who are underprivileged. Every time we hire, we sign a client or something good happens in our business, we donate a sewing machine to a mom in India. So we're still creating these microeconomies in India to support those moms who don't have it all. So and then trying to justify and talk me out, myself out of it. I'm like, yeah, but I don't need to do that. I'm already donating sewing machines, and that voice again said to me, no, you got to do this. And I said, okay, maybe it was just a passing thought. Mind you, though, in the shower, if something talks to me in the shower, it's not a passing thought. Something big is about to happen. I go and go to my daily rituals as I had to do and as I would do. I went to my dance class, came back, and my husband was at home at that time. When I came back, he was having his breakfast at midday brunch, and I said to him, Karan, I'm about to do something crazy, and I don't want you to say no. This is how I pre-framed it. And he's like, now what? Like, he's so used to all the crazy stuff that happens in this household already. I love him to bits. He's like, yeah, now what? I said, I am canceling my accommodation. And he goes, why? I said, because I want to sleep in my car. He goes, what? You would do that? It was crazy and all that stuff. I said, no, I got to do it. Fast forward, let's go back to the place. Like, I signed in to the training, my very first night at that place in the car. And that very night, I realized that how hard it is for a mother. I had to do 2 loops around the town to find a spot to park my car. I had to make sure that I'm safe and there are public toilets around. And I also had to make sure that I was able to get some food on the way. And everybody who was around the car park at that time was just looking at me that, who is this chick in the car? Like, I can only imagine what those moms go through if they actually have kids, sometimes pets, their clothes, could be young kids that they are breastfeeding, could be older kids and teenagers. Imagine everything that they have in the car. I only had just myself. And I did this for 3 nights. And by 3rd night, I was like, this has to go global. People need to know more about this. People need to be more aware of it because this is happening. Moms around the world are suffering silently about this. They don't have a choice. I had the car. Not many would even have a car. They would just go in shelter homes. Half the time when stuff like this happens that they really have to leave the house, there may not be any shelter homes available. They could be under a tree in a park. They could be on the side of the road or just outside a shopping complex. This stuff is real. So I came home and I was so prepared that I'm going to do something about it. And I contacted my local, like you have municipal corporations in India, we have councils. And I contacted them. This is what I want to do. I want to use your car park and stuff like that. And I thought of it will just start with voluntarily. I'll see how that goes locally and how the moms respond to it. And then we'll see how we make it global. But you know what? God really wanted me to take it global for my very first night because we ended up with lockdowns in Sydney. COVID hit and we were not able to do the physical face-to-face sleep out in the car. And 10 days to the event, I'm like, okay, it's happening on the 31st. It was supposed to be physical. It's not happening now. You know what? I don't care. We'll see whatever happens and let's make it global. I spoke to you. I spoke to Jamile. I had other moms. Like, again, like, when you start with a thought and an intention, which is way bigger than you exist, uh, the right people come at the right time. And, we started talking about it. And in 10 days, we had moms from 5 continents participating in it. They were registered, they donated, and they were sleeping in their cars, in their living room, on their rooftops, in the verandas. This bloody Jamila was with her pet and her kids in the truck on the summer night. It was crazy. And it wasn't just about donation, because if it was just about donation, I have so many people who could have donated. I wanted everybody to experience that gift of that sleep out, because the Renu that came out of after sleeping in the car for 3 nights is the one you're talking right now. But had I not done that, I was a totally different Renu before I went in, because that showed me how much I have, how much I underappreciated in my life, the people I took for granted, the things I took for granted, and the potential I have. And every time I'm self-doubting myself and think that I can't do this, I freaking just slept in the car away from home for 3 nights, knowing that my son is at home and hopefully everything would be fine. I didn't know who would knock at the wall, because that was my house for 3 days, 3 nights. But the thing that we take for granted, the hot showers, the fact that you can go and have a private bathroom to brush your teeth. I was doing all that in public toilets. And I freaking dyed my hair as well, by the way, because I just had to experience the next level. I dyed my hair as well there in the public showers. Everybody's like, she's really homeless. She needs a place to live. Totally different. So I say that to say, guys, that it wasn't just to, hey, here's my money, help those moms. It's about, yes, I want to help them with the money, but I also want to feel
Yes.
why I want to help them. Because next time someone talks about homelessness, we don't take things for granted.
Yeah.
And
It's
Jamila,
not
you want
about
to
the
add to
giving,
that?
it's about experiencing. I so believe in that. Before we even think of, oh yeah, I'm a giver and I help so and so and I help so and so, that's fantastic. And that is a great thing, because we want givers in this society, in this universe, in this world, but we also want change makers. And change
Yes.
makers are the ones who actually live the change they want to create. I am moms creating change. I am, and for me to create the change, I have to be that change.
Yeah.
That was the whole
And
intention behind this. It was such a success. We're doing a celebratory event tomorrow morning.
tomorrow,
You will be
yeah,
part of it. Jamila is going to be part of it.
yeah,
And then our next Mompreneur Sleep Out is on the 4th of December. We already have some moms registered for it. They're coming on board. And it's not about giving. It's not about your money. It's not about what you contribute. It's about what you get and the transformation you experience, which you guys will see tomorrow as we present how our money has been able to impact those lives, and also how we got transformed by
oh yes,
just one night.
oh yes, totally.
Love it.
And before I take on to Jamila, I must say that um, unless you do this, unless you really do this, and I didn't even sleep in the, it was raining outside, and it was very strange what was happening to me, Renu, and I must share this with everybody. What was happening to me was, I went out and I said, I'm going to sleep out, and they're like, it's raining outside, and unfortunately, I don't even have the tent, which I have a mosquito net which I slept in, that kind of a thing, and I was just like, yeah, and then I was like, yeah, I think I should sleep in my living room because there's this thing. And every time I was coming up with the excuse, I was being hit by this, but she doesn't have that excuse. In every excuse was just coming up, And I kept on telling this, and like Rohit thought I was going like totally nuts, because every time I was like, I don't think so. Okay, let's just do this mattress, but I think like let me just put this because he likes it that way. And I'm like, but she doesn't have it. That mother there doesn't have it. And it just kept on becoming stronger and stronger, because every time I was wanting to go to my comfort, I was being pulled out to say, but she doesn't have it. This voice, like that's what was happening to me, because I was consciously there, and unless I was there, I really did not realize everything you just said. That all this that we're taking, and still not like there's still some stories of mothers still showing up in spite of what is happening, and the children are rising because they're showing up. And I was just like, I have no excuse, not even excuse for not showing up for this particular project. And it gave me another kind of responsibility, and I really want this project. I've aligned myself, and somewhere I've not told you this, and I'm saying it live today. I will, I will make sure that this particular project actually becomes what it becomes through this project, because it's become very close to my heart, Renu, and I totally love what you're doing. And I will, when I have any opportunity, a small or a big, make sure that this comes, you know, into a power that it really needs. And whoever's watching, whoever's going to watch, please let's join it again on 4th of December and feel it again and again so that we can actually understand. And
I want
Renee,
to
I want
talk
to,
about
yeah,
real
I
quick
want to,
Melanie Hibber saying it's an amazing story, Renu, to firsthand experience. Then we have beautiful Frances Rudd. Again, she's saying about the firsthand experience. Frances said empathetic, not just sympathetic.
absolutely.
And December 4th, you said December 4th, which is Australia, and I know Eastern time zone, that would be December 3rd. So once you
It
have
can
it,
still be your December 4th.
oh, it's my December 4th.
Because it's
Okay.
yeah, because we are still doing it global, same thing, sleeping in our car, sleeping in our living room. So my December 4th, your December 4th, that's totally fine.
Gotcha. I love it. And once you put it on, we'll do the events page.
Yes.
Everyone around the world could do that. December 4th. Yes, Debbie. December 4th. I just wanted to honor that these ladies are still on here. Debbie said it was a channeled message from the shower gods. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Yes, the shower is one of those things, washing away our ego, washing away the crapola from the day. And all of a sudden we're clean enough to accept that. Renu, I honor you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being part of that. And really, like literally, I only had 10 days to do something. And I was so committed that I want to donate at least $1,000 each to both the projects that we are supporting. And the other thing about, actually, just really quickly about this, it's not about just getting the money and giving it to a charity. We were very conscious of also finding the charity who are not going to take any fees. No admin cost, because that is something I have faced. We had really bad fires in 2019 in Australia, and I donated to a lot of organizations because I was part of that community. We had to escape, we had to evacuate, and I later on found out, not going to name those organizations, obviously I don't want to be us to be sued, but there were many big organizations who did not release those monies because they had way more than that they anticipated to be, that they collected, and the donations came through. So they saved that money for any other disaster that is to come in future. Oh, wow. It wasn't given to the victims at that time. And that time I decided, you know what, I'm going to create something that's going to be able to just do things without any admin cost, without any fees. Everybody who donates 1 rupee, 100 rupees, $100, $2,000, it all goes to the cause. So we have been able to support 9 girls that we will be talking about and sharing something about, tomorrow in India, who are survivors, we are rehabilitating them, of women who have been forced into sex trafficking and prostitution. We have rescued these 9 girls, and our project, this Mompreneur Sleep Out, is going to be supporting them, not just for their education, but their residence, their shelter, and their upbringing until they are ready to go in the outside world and be the change. And here in Australia, we've been able to support moms with all the COVID lockdowns and stuff, that the chaos that they are going through homeschooling, through the pressures at home, the domestic violence. And we've been able to really provide them a safe space to live, to go, whether it's covering their taxi fares, to go to an interview, like stuff like that. Just little things that we don't think that exist and matter. We have been able to provide that stuff to them. And that to me juices up, because everything that I contributed is going to the cause.
Yes. That's awesome.
Thank you so much, Renu. That's amazing. And I am going to put the links for these on this interview and tag and probably put this in the guides in my these 3 interviews. The next 3 day celebration, they're going to go in the guides for people to keep seeing it. More new mothers are joining us. And I definitely support it, Renu, and absolutely, I can see this like actually a very big movement in itself as well. And it's needed to be done. Like what is needed to be done has to be done for this. We're going to move on to Yamile now. She's
Yeah.
onto a great movement as well of igniting the wild woman. Let's talk about that,
Oh
Yamile.
yeah, talk
And
about that now.
yes, let's
Talk about the wild
wild woman.
woman.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So the wild woman that is inside of every one of us. And so that's why it's transitioning to the wild one. We as society, as culture, as very respectable people. I got cold because I'm in my office and it's a little chilly. So I had to go get a jacket. And the first thing I got was one of my blazers that I took. Even though I raced to the top and got my master's degree to be a principal of a school here in North Carolina, I was dying inside. I was holding on to who I thought I had to be because I'm an immigrant's child. I am the oldest daughter. I had to take care of more people that I didn't even know, like since I was 3. I went to 27 schools. I lived in those foster homes, those shelters, which is why this movement is so impactful, which is why my outside, my ego thought I had to race and be a principal to save other people, never realizing I was losing myself. And so this is the part where I realized, wait a minute, I was getting cold sores, like sticking out, like I was getting sick. I wasn't eating and still I was heavy. I wasn't drinking water. I was dehydrated. I was angry at my husband. And if anybody wants to see what the yang looks like, look at my picture, because he is always there, gorgeous, beautiful soul. And I didn't like him. I hated him. I hated him because he had the gift I needed, which was the quiet, the surrendering, the lovingness, everything that was inside of me, but was scared because when I surrendered as a child, I was abused. When I surrendered as an adult, I was taken advantage of. So the word surrender to me was poison. So I say all that to say, one day, 2 years ago, that was the last time that I allowed myself to bring into existence people that did take advantage. And on literally outside of this event center, on the dirt, is when I resurrected the warrior woman, the wild one, the beautiful one, the queen, the mother. And Casey, with his beautifulness, was able to help me unleash this woman inside, unleash every part of her. And I remember putting dirt on my face and saying, never more will Yamile be taken advantage of. But she's one part of us. The warrior woman is one part. She's the one that goes in and says, no effing way is something gonna happen. Then that queen woman came out. Then the sensual woman. Then the mother woman came out. So 2 years ago, all this resurrected in me. And why did it do that? It did it like a Renu, like a Shika, like a knowingness that we have to share. And why I said that the pioneer women before us, Oprah Winfrey, even though she isn't a mother, she was the pioneer woman that went ahead and said, all this is possible when we bring the thought to action. And that is what all this is about. The self-portrait movement, the homelessness movement, the wild one movement. These movements come from our soul because we are here for a time, not to stay quiet, clean home, give milk to baby and go to sleep, but to say now is the time. It is the time to rise up and realize our own potential. And it doesn't matter what continent we are, how many kids we have or don't have, how many men have abused us. It matters about stepping up and saying it is time, and I'm making the steps now, because no more am I going to be unknown, not because of the Yamile and the master's degree, but because of the one within me that is inside of every one of us. And that is why I'm here, ladies, unleashed totally inside to serve from that space.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yamile, you
I
always make me still. I don't know how. Like, I freeze when you speak. And it's happened to me so many times that I think I should see your lives less, because I don't hear anything else except when you're speaking. Sometimes my child is calling me and I just can't hear, because every word of yours, everything you say, I'm just like, this is exactly, Debbie just said it, Melody saying it, look at the Feeble Divine, all of them are messaging saying, Francis is here, and they all are saying it, that this is what they wanted to hear. And
yes,
Debbie, Yamile is the person I was talking about. I was talking about you, Yamile, and your movement, like what happened to me with that warrior woman, and Debbie was crying in that event. And she just introduced me to an event, and I was sitting there 11:30 in the night, and Debbie was crying because Debbie suddenly related to the whole thing, and I'm sure Debbie is crying right now because she's seeing you live. She started crying when I spoke about you. Now she's seeing you live, and she knows exactly what it is. Melanie is Francis. All of these are my books. Powerhouse
yeah,
was supporting us right here with these things. Look at the way they are just showing up. It's really late in the night for all of you,
Beautiful.
for Renu. But what
yeah,
you just said, Debbie, is exactly what these 100 women or these 1,000 women or these volumes of women or whatever women need to keep hearing, because I think it's just been too long. And you ask Debbie, she's a grandmother. I'm speaking to women who are 80 years old who are saying, why didn't you not come when we were younger? It's too late. I'm like, no, you're going to be in my book. Because some of them are like, and there are some 80-year-olds going to be featured very soon in my book, because it's not too
yeah,
late. And I'm telling them, I will not let you go from this world till you are there in the book. And
Yeah.
the energy is rising, and I see this very often. That's from places and places and places. This feminine energy is actually rising in a most amazing way, somewhere in a very subtle way, somewhere in a very powerful way, but it's rising. And it's just amazing that it's coming together in this book. I don't know what's going to happen when people are going to open your page, Jamile, or Renu's. I mean, some things are going to just pop out from the books. Some technology needs to come out to, tell your guys' story and your voices in the book. And look at that, how beautiful that is. He's going to sleep. So,
he did just come in here and said good night, so that was
yes, I know.
beautiful.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, because I think he felt the energy of Yamile, and he's like, good luck, and you're going
Good
to be
luck.
risen again. You're not going to be
I
sleeping
better
now,
go to
because
bed or I'll be in
no,
trouble.
yeah, no. Good luck, because probably you're going to be just waking up and coming up with a new movement right now. You're going to just say,
Yeah,
Renu,
exactly.
Yamile just woke me up, and here's the next movement. So he just came to say good night. I'm not going to be part of it right now. Maybe tomorrow. So
Guys, and so if you want to know what your movement is tomorrow morning in
yes.
America, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the Ignite the Wild Woman Within. And tomorrow, the archetype we get to juice up in, which is why probably I'm so lit, is the mother wild one. The mother wild one that even men need and desire. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yes,
Debbie
and
Upper. Debbie Upper is in the house. Frances said she was crying over there. You know why you're crying,
Melanie,
sister?
yeah.
Because you are me. I am you.
Oh
And
yes, she's a gorgeous
earlier,
person. Yes.
Sheikah said, Sheikah called me. I don't know if you caught it. Sheikah called me Debbie. You know why? Because Debbie is me. Sheikah is me. We are we. And this is the time, ladies.
Yes, 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 absolutely. And
Yes,
Frances
yes.
is a beautiful soul, and she is. I've been telling her time for you to start showing up. She's going to start showing up. She's also one of our pillars, letting people know that she's so such a like. I start laughing because my interviews end, and then she says Ellen DeGeneres tags Ellen DeGeneres everywhere she goes to this Ellen DeGeneres because she wants me to be on her show, and she keeps tagging me like honestly everywhere, and she believes in this project so much. She will share it. I'm telling you, this is going to end, and she's going to say Ellen DeGeneres right at the end before this whole thing ends. So I just love the way she's putting her faith that I'm going to be taking this book to Ellen DeGeneres, and she's going to honor these 100 mothers into it. It might happen, and she just keeps
It
tagging me.
will happen.
Yeah, she's at it. She's at it with me, and I just all I do is I wake up and I'm like, thank you so much, thank you so much, and thank you so much for everything that's falling in place. Thank you so much. And that's why this celebration was very important. And I'm absolutely honored to start it with both of you. We're getting our cheerleader Brittany tomorrow to cheerlead us. And then 5 mothers are coming, very strong mothers are also coming on Sunday morning to celebrate in a panel discussion and deeper into this project. So I'm going to put Jamile's link, edit this post, put it there because it's happening tomorrow. I will be there. I'm going to put Renu's link, whatever she shares with me for 4th. I'm going to put it there.
I will
I'm going
share
to
it
be
to you
there.
in the next few weeks
Yes, and whenever it is,
as
I will
we get
edit it
closer
on
to it.
this interview, and I will put it here, and you will find it here. And I just have to say that this is a beginning. Next 3 days we are celebrating, and then the next one to the next flag of 25 starts. 26 is already done. 27th is happening on Sunday evening, and then we start the thing till
Whoa.
50. I don't know what's going to happen at 50. This is at 25. Okay, what's going to happen at 50? So
Oh, it's
see
going to
you
get
all.
better and better
Oh
and
yes, oh
better.
yes, oh yes. Totally agree. Totally agree.
Absolutely.
I will see.
Let's
I'm
do this.
hoping to see Devi, Neha, Melanie, Francis tomorrow with Devi. Believe me, it's totally a different experience altogether. I've gone through it, and thanks to Renu, she said, "Come, Shika, you're going to be my guest and come and join in." And she took
I
me
love
there.
this comment
Yeah.
that Jamila's just put about tagging everyone and also about the if they can feel the energy because the energy right now, even though we are in 3 different continents
Yeah,
and totally different time zones, because it's what like almost midnight here in Australia.
yeah,
It's morning in Jamila's world, and
right.
Shikha is like almost
Evening.
coming to the afternoon
And
time.
no, it's evening. It's evening. It's
It's
seven
evening
o'clock for me.
now, so it's
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock
totally
for me.
different time zones, but the energy, the light that we are
Yeah.
feeling from each other isn't just for these 3 of us talking today, but also everybody who's going to be listening tomorrow,
Oh
right
yes.
now, and even in future. So
Oh yes.
we
Yes.
are not stopping this movement for sure. It is going and going and going.
Oh, imagine like when the first page gets designed, you have no idea what I'm going to feel. Like I'll be on some other level. When the first page is placed, and this is the first mom, that's her story. Next page, that's the story. That's the page. My God, I'm really looking forward to doing that. Um, just letting everybody know one more thing about these mothers. These 100 moms who've joined here have not only joined because they're part of a book, or they have a spotlight, or they're getting some fame. They're here because they totally align with this movement, and that's why their names keep popping up, and I'm like, you're the next mom, you're the next mom, because they are taking this movement ahead. I'm just going to leave it there, and this is just going to go ahead from there. So my task is to leave it at the 100th day, and then all these 100 moms are going to take it ahead. I'm 100% sure, for millions of moms who are going to get a lot from generations ahead from this book. And I know volumes are coming ahead, one after the other every year. but we'll see. So we'll have to sign off. It's one long hour and everybody is supporting us here. And my Bluetooth didn't even say once that, battery is off. I don't know what's wrong with this Bluetooth today or what's right.
It's got the energy.
Yeah, it's not said even once. I was worried it would say it was just 20% charged and it's just going on. I think it's got charged with the energy that we have it here. Totally, the Bluetooth is charged. So thank you so much, and I will go off live stream. Everybody, thank you so much. I'm going to put the link for Yamile's. Her event is right in few hours from now. Jamile?
Yes.
Yes. I think it's in another. No, it's in 24 hours. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, it would be about 24 hours from now.
Yes, because
Oh, yeah.
for me it started 7:30 and it's 7:11 right now. So in 24 hours, I'm hoping to see some of you here. I'm going to put the link. See you people,
Sounds
and I'm
fantastic.
going to go off live stream, and you guys stay on.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Love from all of
Thank
us.
you. Tag your people. Tag them.
Yeah.
All right.